This is Smarter San Diego TV.
Millennials and baby boomers alike, they want to be in urban environments right now.
Thank God for the Electoral College vote.
In a 4-hour breakfast, we raised $9,000. So that's something that we take pretty seriously.
And you can't diet your way into being lean and fit. They go together.
In New York City, deciding what's best for the rest of the freaking country.
This is not a market built on a stack of cards. It's a solid foundation.
0%. That is a thumbs up.
Everyone has a life worth telling a story about. And the more adversity that you faced, the deeper your story.
Well, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be able to walk?
There's just so much creativity in this town that it's hard to hide it.
Well, you have these beliefs. Well, what do you do with it?
Our next guest is here to share a day in the life of a realtor. Please welcome the team leader of Team Manzon, Anthony Manzon.
Here he is, Mr. Manzon. How you
What
doing,
is
buddy?
up? I'm
All
good,
right.
man.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
The desk is back, feeling good.
Back.
Zeb.
Yeah.
So today I want to ask you, kind of go behind the scenes a little bit. I know we talked about this earlier. Just peel back the curtain because the real estate market's been good for a number of years now. I continue to hear people every day saying things like, "Oh, I should get into real estate," and nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But I think that sometimes when the market gets really good, people think it's easy money. They think, "Oh, well, being a real estate agent's easy money. You just open the door and you make thousands of dollars in commissions."
Oh boy.
Can we shed some light? On the reality, and I don't want to beat it down. I don't want to make it seem like it's something that's an impossible thing to do, mm-hmm. but also want to make sure that people understand the reality behind what does it take to be a successful agent. You're in your third year now?
3.5 years now.
3.5 years now.
Went by quick.
Yeah, went by quick, but that's so you can give some real perspective to any new agents out there about what it's like to come up in this game.
Mm-hmm. So the great thing about talking about this topic is we're going to tell you what it's really like to be an agent, not what we see like on HGTV, like, "Oh, I love the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. I think I'll be an amazing agent." Because, those are great shows, great entertainment, but that's not really what you do on an everyday basis. You just see the product of their hard work. So usually in our business, it's not about selling houses. We always say that our business is actually about prospecting, lead generating. So usually my day starts waking up early, saying my affirmations, and just taking a step backwards, I realized that in order to be a great agent and be productive, you have to actually embody the lifestyle of a realtor. You can't just say, "I'm going to clock in, clock out, and the business will happen." You actually have to, take the actions of a top producer, think like a top producer, and then you'll have the results of a top producer. So it starts by waking up early, exercising, being very disciplined. That's actually the hardest part of our business is being disciplined because when you don't have an employer telling you, you have to be in at 8 o'clock, you have to be in at 7 o'clock, it's very easy to say, "You know what, I'm going to go in at 11 o'clock today." And the hardest part about being a business owner is the discipline to actually do what you're supposed to do. And so it starts out in the morning, you get into the office, lead generate for 3 hours. Nothing else happens in the morning but lead generating. And there's no wrong way to build a business.
What does that look like when you say lead generating? Help me out. Help me understand. 3 hours sounds like a long time.
Oh, it's a long time, yeah.
So when you say lead generating, what are people actually doing?
Great question. So taking a step back from there, there's no wrong way to lead generate. Every agent has different techniques to finding clients. So some agents specialize in open houses. Some agents specialize in cold calling. Some specialize in door knocking. Whatever your process is to finding clients, dedicate 3 hours a day to doing that. For me personally, in the mornings for 3 hours, I do calls to my database and I cold call neighborhoods promoting our grand opening open houses. So
Gotcha.
That's what I do to find business.
Okay. So whatever it is that you're doing, plan on 3 hours a day.
Minimum.
3 hours a day. Okay.
Taking even further than that, maybe it's not 3 hours a day. What my team and I do is 100 contacts a week. So sometimes, if you want to take 1 day off a week or 2 days off a week, make sure you hit your 100 contacts a week. So that's really 20 contacts a day. That means talking to 20 different people, asking them, who do you know that's going to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate that I can help today?
Gotcha.
It's either 3 hours or talk to those 20 people.
Whatever your number is for however many days you're putting in.
Yeah. For my team and my business, we know that if you talk to 100 people a week, the magic is in the numbers, and results will happen if you talk to 100 a week.
Okay, so you kind of backed into, hey, this is the number of people to talk to ultimately get out to here to the results that you're looking for.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
After that, so we lead generate 9 to 12 o'clock, have our 30-minute lunch, and then for the rest of the day, we either go on appointments for buyers, educating them on the home buying process, talking about whether or not we're going to be working together, or meetings with sellers, going over what's their house worth, what's our marketing plan. If you don't have any appointments with buyers or sellers, you continuously lead generate until you're done at 5 o'clock. So it's either you're lead generating, you're going on appointments. If you don't have appointments, you lead generating even more. And there's days where you don't have appointments, so you lead generate from 8 to 5 o'clock.
There might be some days too where you probably have appointments all day.
Yeah, and there are days where you have appointments all day.
And that's good. That's the reflection of the lead generation that's been done.
Yeah, exactly. And typically that doesn't happen too much, appointments all day, because we know that the real estate business is 3 months out. The people you talk to today, you're going to see the business happen in 3 months from now. Why? Because when you meet someone, they're most likely not saying, I need to buy a house right now, I'm pre-approved right now, and I don't have a realtor, so let's buy a house right now. There's usually a process they have to go through. There's the 1 month escrow. So most of the times you meet them at day one, and then 3 months later you're getting paid. So if you're going on appointments all day, in 3 months, you didn't prospect enough to build your business in 3 months. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So typically when we book our appointments, we schedule them at the back half of the day. So at least we have our lead generation in the morning.
I think that it's also important for home sellers to know this.
Oh, yeah.
And home buyers for that matter. Because I think a lot of times, especially in a good up market like this, you hear home sellers, and I hear them, I talk to them every single day, saying things like, oh, well, this house is going to sell itself. I can put it on the market on my own, or I can sell it myself. So I think it's important for people to know exactly what goes into the selling of a home. Because now you're not just talking, so let's say you've done your prospecting and you have someone who wants to sell their home. The work's not done.
No, heck no. Not even close. That's the beginning of it.
So I think that's important for home sellers to know, as well as prospective agents. Someone, if you want to be in the real estate business, great business to be in, but it is a lifestyle too.
Right? It is, for sure. It's a lifestyle. I mean, I talk about it with my team all the time. Successful realtors at a high level, they just think differently than, I would say, the average realtor. I would say they're very growth minded. It's more about growing yourself, growing your business, and becoming a strong business owner so that you can give the best experience possible to your clients.
Gotcha. So is that the mindset of most people, or like who's a good candidate? I think a lot of people are like, oh, well, I'm a social butterfly, so I would be a good realtor. I mean, is that true? Is there anything that you can look to?
So there's no wrong personality for real estate. Anyone can be successful in real estate, I would say, but you need two things for sure. Number one, you need to have a big why, because there's a lot of days where you're going to get doors slammed on your face. There's a lot of days you're going to get cold calls, you're going to get hung up on. People don't always have to say the nicest things to you. You just have to have a big why. And when I first started in this business, I had a wedding coming up. It was a 250-person wedding. It was September, and then eventually became January. My wedding was April, and I didn't close any deals. And I worked so hard. I worked every single day, and April came, I was able to pay off my wedding because I had a big why. Pushed me through all the reasons not to be disciplined and not wake up early. I woke up like, oh, I got a wedding in April, I gotta go work. And so you gotta have a big why. Number two, or you have to have a big why, and you gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry for the business. Number two is you have to be disciplined or be aware that you don't have the strongest discipline so that you can work on it. Because you can be, hungry and have a big why, but if you're saying, I'm going to stay out till 2 o'clock and party, then wake up at 10, the business is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen that way. So you got to have those two things.
Okay. So big why and discipline. Those are the two most important factors.
I would say those really are the most important things. I mean, I know agents, like when I first started, I was 24 and none of my friends were looking to buy. So some people say, oh, you have to know a lot of people to be successful. I mean, not really. I mean, I knew people, but they weren't buying houses. So I had to find people outside of my database looking to buy. So when I started, I did a lot of open houses. I did 5 open houses a week. And then some days I did 4 in one weekend, so it's crazy.
That's interesting. I've always thought that would be a good way to get started if you were getting started in the business. So if someone is a newer agent or wants to become an agent, can we give them your number and have them call you and just, give them the reality of the situation, like what they can expect, how long it'll take to make money, and all those things.
Of course,
that I'm sure
of
people have
course.
questions about.
Yeah, I encourage you to call me. I'm always going to be an open book. I don't want you to waste your time, and if there's any way that I can help you succeed, I mean, I'm here for it. So
awesome stuff, Anthony Manzon. Thank you so much for coming in today and peeling back the curtain on what it takes to actually be a successful real estate agent here in the San Diego marketplace. Of course, stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else. Commercial free.